Hello, this is Cass, and this is Pagan Challenge 2016. How did I find my patron gods and goddesses? My patron goddess is Frigg, and I found her kind of accidentally. And she had been showing me signs for well over a year and a half. I just, for some reason, couldn't put two and two together. And I was in my local pagan store and I found the statue, and for some reason I was totally drawn to it, and I kept going back to it, and I pick up and then I put back and then I pick up again. And I end up getting it, and I had no idea that it was actually who she is, until after I had actually bought her and saw the little card that says who she is, and I'm like, that kind of makes sense, because out of the three goddesses that I was really drawn to, four. I was really drawn to Hecate, the Morgan, and Frigga, and then her counterpart that some say is the same thing as her, and isn't, depending, and I'm not sure exactly how you say her name, but it's, Frigga, I think, how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. I always get pronunciations wrong. Anyway, but she had been giving me signs like, hawks and, different things, and trying to tell me, that I really need to focus on my home life and stuff like that. But I really didn't get, until after I got the statue. Then everything kind of just fell in place, and I started listening, and paying attention to signs, and she has really helped me get my home life in order, focus on what's really important, which is my home life, and everything's kind of just fallen together now that I have started really paying attention to her. The odd thing is, I am a super I clean really well. I do. I just don't clean that often when I'm at home. I'm busy at work, I'm busy, doing things. I keep things clean, but like organizing stuff, putting away laundry, stuff like that, sometimes gets side noted. Well, with her, that doesn't happen. She will give me signs, different things that I need to get my shit together, and I have, from paying my bills, to keeping my house clean, to keeping our altar clean the majority of the time. She really has helped me to stay focused on things that I need to get done and pay attention to. And then Odin has been my life since, God, trying to think of how old I am right now, so at least the last 17, 18, 19 years, and I don't know, I just didn't really get it. I used to play a game, and I did this whole thing, and he was one of the characters in my game that I used to play with a bunch of my friends, and I named a a character after them, and have some similarities. Ravens, crows have always followed me wherever I went. They gather around me. I see them in the morning, I see them in the afternoon, I see them in the evening. I see one, I see a murder of them. They're always around. Wolves and crows. I have a wolf spirit guide and a raven spirit guide that has been with me probably since 20-25 years. I'm aging myself right there. Probably since my teens. I'm in my late 30s now, so they've been around since as long as I can remember. One will step forward, the other will step back, depending on time I need them. Also, I've had other spirit guides, but they're not permanent ones. My crow and my wolf is two of my permanent spirit guides. They've just always been with me, and I just never really pulled the connection between them until, I really started paying attention to my goddess. Then I started really seeing the signs of my god. And it's ironic that they're both together, that they're both married, and both from the same culture, which I never thought was going to happen. I thought I would have different cultures, because I've been drawn to different gods and goddesses, and they've never really seemed to go together. And then the two that I end up getting are from the same path, which is ironic. I remember one time I was in college and I was walking to my apartment, and I was just really in tune and really, really starting to follow the Wiccan path and pagan path. And I was walking home, I was really concentrating and trying to think of, where to go to next. And I come across probably 30 some odd crows, maybe more, and they're all on the sidewalk and off the edge of the sidewalk. And it was so weird because, it was almost like they parted for me, and I thought that was the coolest thing. They didn't move too much. They only hopped, like a foot away from, where I was walking. They didn't bother me, and they seemed to be more watching me as I was watching them. And I just think, that was probably one of the hugest signs I had, and I just didn't pay attention to it. But since I have started really paying attention, my life has really kind of fallen into place. I mean, I still have challenges. They still challenge me, especially when I'm thinking too highly of myself. They totally make me realize that I'm not as great as I think I am. But they do help me a lot, and I'm so glad that they are in my life. And I know it took me a very long time to find them, but I'm so glad they are here now. And don't worry if you don't know who your god or your goddess is right away. I mean, you might not know for years, or you might not pay attention to signs, or, you know, things may happen, or your god or goddess might change. I mean, mine might change over time as well. But for now, these are my two god and goddesses. And for now, I'll see you guys later. Bye.